In this video, I want to show you how to use your Onn Sound Bar. So I'll go through step by step how to connect it to your TV using an HDMI cable, how to use the remote control, all the different features and settings, how to connect a USB drive on the back of the soundbar in case you want to keep it there and listen to your music, and also how to connect it to a Onn subwoofer in case they're not connected and you want to pair them. So all these in this video, so let's get started right away on how to connect it to your TV. Okay, this soundbar came included with this cable, so you don't have to purchase anything. But if you have misplaced this one, if you have lost it, I'll put a link in the description to get another one. So the first step is to go on the back of the soundbar. No matter which Onn soundbar you have, if you go on the back, you're gonna see an HDMI port. Maybe you will even see multiple of them. So in my case, I have HDMI 2, HDMI 1, and also HDMI out, TV, EARC, ARC. This is where you need to connect the HDMI cable. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna connect one end right over here. Now take the other end of the cable and we will go on the back of the TV. So on the back of the TV, you should find the HDMI ports on the side, or sometimes it's right over there. You need to find the HDMI port where it says right beside it EARC or ARC. In my case, it's HDMI number 2, but on your TV, it may be HDMI 1 or 4, 3, whatever. So take the cable and we need to connect it in that one, and keep in mind which one of these is. So mine is number 2. We'll have to select it on the TV. So I'm connecting it right over here. Make sure it's all the way in. I know some people don't put it all the way and then it doesn't work. Next, we're gonna power on the Onn soundbar. Okay. Oops, let me press on it on the power button again. It was already powered on. Okay, it says hello. You can also use the remote control. And now we need to put it in ARC mode. How do you do this? Well, if you have the remote control of the soundbar, you need to press this button over here until you see ARC on the display. If not, you can always use the same button that is located on the soundbar. Okay, it has the same logo with an arrow, until you see ARC appearing on the display. So this is what I will do now. It's already in EARC, but let's say it wasn't. Okay, simply by pressing this button, you can shuffle through HDMI 1, 2, AUX, BT, OPT, USB, ARC. Okay, once you see ARC, leave it like this. Next, we need to make sure that the TV has the right output. So in my case, this is an LG TV. Maybe you don't have an LG TV, maybe yours is a Samsung. Take the remote control of the TV and enter the settings. On this one, on the LG, the button is over here. So I'll press on it, and in the menu that will appear, I need to go down and select sound mode, press on it, and I need to select sound out. And as you see here, it's an HDMI ARC. So right now the TV will send the sound, not through its speakers, through the ARC HDMI, where we have connected the soundbar, and the sound will come out of here. Now there's also a few settings in case this doesn't work, because it's possible. Go into the advanced settings of your TV. Okay, on this LG, I need to go in all settings here. Then go in sound, advanced settings, go down, and here HDMI input audio format, press on it. And you may have a few options, including PCM. Sometimes you have Dolby, sometimes you have something else. Try switching between all the options you get over here. Sometimes the TV automatically chooses the wrong one, and this is why you still don't get any sound to the soundbar. On this LG TV, if I go back in the sound out menu, you can also select over here HDMI ARC device, use wired speakers, HDMI ARC device. I'll be able to select HDMI ARC device and don't select optical out device. Okay, make sure this is the one selected. But overall, this is it. You can go ahead, listen to your music, to any shows, and the sound should work automatically. Now, the good news is that you don't have to use the remote control of your soundbar anymore. So right now, take a look at the soundbar. It's powered on. But if I change the volume using my TV remote control, okay, right over here, the volume changes on the soundbar automatically because the TV is able to communicate with my Onn soundbar. And if I turn off my TV, the soundbar goes automatically in standby mode. And when I need to use it back again, using my TV remote control to power on, it will power on the soundbar at the same time. Here we go. I powered on the TV and it powered on. Very nice feature. I want to take the time and explain to you all the buttons that are on the remote control of your Onn soundbar. So let's start with the top and then we will work our way all the way down. So over here we have the power button. Okay, obviously you probably know what it means. Every time you press on it, by the way, the soundbar doesn't turn off. It goes in standby mode. You see over here, standby mode. So don't expect the soundbar to say off. Now let me turn it back on. Then over here we have the input source selector button. If you press on it, you'll be able to switch between all the inputs that are on the back of the subwoofer. So auxiliary, this is AUX, okay, it's for the audio jack. HDMI, USB, because you can use the soundbar with a USB drive. I have made a separate video on how to do it. Optical and Bluetooth. So if you watch the small screen over here, every time I press this button, HDMI 1, HDMI 2, because this soundbar has two HDMIs. Auxiliary, BT is for Bluetooth, OPT is for optical, USB, ARC is, if I go over here, is for the HDMI connector. Okay, sorry, this one, sorry. HDMI out connector that goes in the back of your TV. So if you want to get the sound of your TV on the soundbar, it needs to be in ARC. If you select HDMI 1 or 2, it will be these ports over here. So you can connect a PlayStation in these, or I don't know, Nintendo Switch, but it will not be the sound of the TV. Then next we have a Bluetooth button to enable Bluetooth. So you can go to Bluetooth by, as I showed you, using the source selector until you see BT, or you can simply press on this Bluetooth button. It will go directly to this feature. Then we have the usual buttons everybody knows: play, pause right in the middle, volume up, volume down, skip to the next track, or go to the previous track. These can be used if you connect a Bluetooth device like an iPhone, Android smartphone. When you're using those devices, you don't have to touch them. You can simply use this over here. And then we have these three buttons. These are three different buttons, not just one, as some people may believe. So the first one, it looks like a movie. So if you press this movie button, it will go in movie mode directly. It's a shortcut. Movie mode, what it does is that it creates a surround listening experience ideal for watching movies. I mean, this is what is written in the manual itself. You have to test it out by yourself. So when you watch a movie, just press this button. Does it sound better? If it sounds better, that's great. If not, well, you have at least tried. Then over here, we have right in the middle, the mute button. Once you press it, it says mute and it will blink. It means what it means, okay? There's no volume. To remove the mute mode, you can touch any volume button and it will remove the mute mode, or you can press again on it. And the EQ button over here will switch between movie mode, music mode. Music mode, by the way, look, let me just select it, music, because I pressed the EQ. It's, if I read the manual, it means create 2 channels or multi-channel stereo sound ideal for listening music. It may not mean much. But once you're listening music, again, put it in music mode and see for yourself if it's better. You can always turn it off. And then you have talk. Okay, talk mode. Talk is to create sound effect which makes human voice more clear, outstanding for listening. So if you cannot understand what the characters are saying and whatever you're watching, press this and go in talk mode. It should enhance the voice only. So you have all these options. Okay, you can shuffle through them. Then we have the button sub minus and sub plus. This is to add bass, okay, if you press on the plus, and subtract bass if you think there's too much. And finally, we have the settings button. If you press it, okay, you can press it multiple times and you have multiple menus, including, let's start with this one over here, auto standby mode. You can change it to on or off. So it means that when you're not using the soundbar, do you want it to go in standby mode automatically? If you don't want that, well, you can switch it off. You can switch it off using the plus or minus button. So, whoops, let me go back. Okay, auto standby mode. If I press the minus, it turns it off. If I press the plus, it turns it on. And then you have, if you press again this button, then we have AV sync. AV sync is to set an audio delay. I mean, not most people will use, okay, just leave it the way it is. If you press again, you have display. You can dim the display using again the minus. Then you can dim the display if you go in DIM or make it brighter. And if you press again on the settings button, okay, let me just go out of this menu. You have BAS, this is for bass, and then TRB for trebles. You can add or subtract these. I want to show you how to connect your Onn soundbar to your iPhone. This way you'll be able to listen to your music and also watch movies and get the sound out of the Onn soundbar. So how is it done? Well, quite easy. You don't necessarily need the remote control, although it could be a bit easier. First thing, turn on your Onn soundbar. Okay, it was already on, so let me press again over here. And then you're going to press this button until you see BT for Bluetooth. Here we go, BT. Now, if there is no Bluetooth devices connected to your soundbar already, you can go ahead and connect the iPhone. I'll show you in just a few seconds how it is done. If you have previously connected another Bluetooth device to the Onn soundbar, you'll have to disconnect that other device before being able to connect your iPhone. So on your iPhone, you're going to simply go into the settings. Okay, settings over here. You can keep press on it, select Bluetooth, go all the way down in this list, and you should see your Onn soundbar. Tap on it, and it will connect.
Paired.
Okay, you're gonna also hear the voice of the soundbar saying paired. And this is about it. Right now they're connected. If I go over here in my connected device on my iPhone, I should see it. Here you go. You see, it's connected. In the future, if you want to disconnect, simply press the I button and press disconnect over here. If you want to completely delete the soundbar from your iPhone, you're going to select forget this device. But for now, you can open any apps with sound and the sound will simply come out of the soundbar. Very easy. You don't have to touch anything. Obviously, once you're done, you can simply turn off the soundbar or disconnect from the iPhone. How to pair your Onn soundbar with the Onn subwoofer that it came with. Usually once you buy and you unbox your soundbar and subwoofer, both of them should be pairing automatically the moment you turn on the soundbar. Same thing, can turn it on using this button. If they're not pairing or if you have issues with this, you can do it manually. And this is what I will show you in this video. So the first step, if you want to do this manually, is to disconnect from power both of these. So I have them connected in my power strip. Okay, right over here. I will disconnect both of them. Okay, I will simply disconnect the power strip and wait at least 2 minutes like this. After 2 minutes, you can reconnect them back. Now, do not turn on the soundbar yet. We're gonna go on the back of your Onn subwoofer. And you're gonna notice there is a pair button. Keep press on it until you see this orange light blinking quickly the way it is now. The subwoofer is in pairing mode. Now go ahead and turn on the soundbar using the buttons on it. Okay, press the power button. Put the soundbar in pairing mode with your subwoofer by keeping pressed this button over here if you don't have a remote control. So if you keep it pressed, you're gonna see scan, and now you can lift, and the soundbar will search for the sub. Wait at least a minute, or when the scan over here disappears, usually it means that it's paired. And if you were not able to connect them together, what you can do is to simply turn off the soundbar, okay, put it in standby mode, unplug the power cord of the subwoofer, wait until the light over here is not blinking anymore, and then connect back the sub. Wait, don't turn on the soundbar yet. I'm gonna put it back in pairing mode. Okay, it's in pairing mode. And now turn on the soundbar. And usually after doing this, let's take a look over here. Here we go. It stopped blinking because it has connected. I have simply followed all the procedure of the manual pairing that is described in the manual. If you have lost it, you can pause the screen and read step by step what I just showed you. Thanks for watching. I hope this was useful. If so, leave a comment down below. Tell me if you like this video, if you want me to improve it, what should I do? I'm really curious. I'm always working on my videos, so leave a comment, subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks again for watching.